Okay, I'm back. Welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday. My name is Paula Agudelo. If you're new to the group, welcome to the Sacred Virtual Space. I am here every Tuesday doing these free trainings on all sacred design, sacred home, sacred lifestyle. And I really want to welcome you into the space and invite you to really take advantage of what we have going on here. Invite you to engage with one another, invite you to binge watch the trainings that I already have on here. Just go to the photos and videos area and you'll see a lot of different trainings on all related to your home. But today, I wanted to take this moment to invite you to the new 40-day challenge and giveaway that starts next week. And so this challenge and giveaway is really key to what sacred home design is all about. And I want to take some time to share with you why that is. So it's really interesting that the other day when I was creating the graphics for the challenge and, writing the sort of like title of the training or of the challenge on my website, my boyfriend asked me, why did you put home in quotes, right? Because the name of the challenge is Love Your Home. It's a 40-day challenge and giveaway, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about in a minute. But he asked me, why is it in quotes? And I love that that was the question that came up with that, because the whole point of a sacred design, and this is a difference between what I have to offer and what I love doing with my clients and with the women that I work with inside Sacred Interiors Academy and in my interior design business, and it's that the sacredness of your home comes from within, and it comes from your own inner world. It has nothing to do with how amazing your house looks. It has nothing to do with how much money you have, how luxurious your space is, how finished or complete your projects are. It has nothing to do with your style, your furniture, your artwork. It has nothing to do with any of that. It also has nothing to do with how clean and organized your house is. These are big myths, and these are big sort of roadblocks that a lot of people come across. But the reality is that in the sacred interior space, and coming from that sacred space, is that your home is a reflection of you. And if you are a woman, if you are a mother, if you are a wife, and you are have a family, or you are a homeowner, or if you rent, I don't care what the living situation might be. The fact is that as women, we have this leader role. There's the power of our energy that is the divine feminine energy, and that energy is powerful beyond what we can imagine. And so I really strongly believe, and this is the foundational belief behind the Sacred Interiors design, is that home and that room is a reflection of your inner world. Now, it's important to understand that there's no need for judgment or for criticism if what you see in this current moment is not what you wish to see. If you're going through a challenging time because you're overwhelmed with clutter, if you've been accumulated all kinds of things in the last few years of your life, if you're just unable to have the space you really want, maybe because of COVID you downsize and you're now in a smaller space, it doesn't really matter where you live. I said this last week, I don't care if you live in a luxury intercoastal home or in a shoebox. The truth is that what that home gives, the energy that it shares with everyone who enters your space, comes from your inner world. And so I really wanted to make the home in quotes, because the challenge is about loving yourself first. The challenge is about your home as in your body, your home as in your sacred space where your mind, your emotions, your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, lives. And so all of that is a really important beginning, because from that space of loving ourselves, from that space of bringing awareness to our immediate space, right? Spatial awareness in terms of, what does my body feel like? What does my heart feel like? What is my mind, going through? So I want to invite you to join us for this challenge. It starts next week. And what we're going to do, it's actually really easy. It's really practical. It's really simple. If you haven't been a part of my group yet, if you're brand new to the group, you'll quickly find out that I talk a lot about Kundalini Yoga, because not only am I an interior designer, but I'm also a Kundalini Yoga. And my entire approach to sacred interiors comes from that spiritual approach. And it's a non-denominational approach. It's an approach that is based on energy. It's based on the energy of the creator of that design, which is you. I always tell my clients, when I work with them for design projects, this is not my story to tell. This space is not my creation, it's your creation. I'm just merely a facilitator for that vision that you have to come through and to be materialized in your space. And so it's really important to understand that love for us is the most foundational part and the most key piece to your home being a beautiful space, because from that you open up opportunities that you didn't think were possible. You open up opportunities to find beauty in the temporary fixes if you're in a rental place, and enjoy the simplicity of your day-to-day, as opposed to having this sort of unrealistic kind of Pinterest fairy tale ideas for what your house looks like. But in reality, it happens that it's out of your budget, it's out of your time commitment, it's out of what is achievable in reality for you. And so this Love Your Home challenge is an invitation for us to go within, to go in a journey of loving our body, loving our heart, loving our mind, loving our eyes, loving our womb, loving our whole entire being before we work with your house. And so I really want to encourage you to open your mind to trying something new. If you have no experience whatsoever with any of these practices, there is absolutely no requirement for you to know anything. You can come in never having meditated before in your life, and you will gain a lot of value from it, because like I said before, I'm all about making it really simple, very short, because who has time, right? Everyone is busy. Of course, when you're committed to something and it's a part of your non-negotiable values, you just make time for whatever it is. But these particular meditations and spiritual breath work practices that I teach for the challenges are usually anywhere from 3 minutes to 6 minutes, 11 minutes at the most. This Love Your Home challenge we're going to have and launch next week is going to be only for 3 to 5 minutes. And so there's no excuses. There's no excuses to gain an opportunity to tune into finding safety within yourself. I talk about a lot about your home being a space of sanctuary, your home being a space of peace, and peace beginning at home. And to me, this is the key of why I do the work that I do. And it is also the key for me teaching women to learn to love themselves first and foremost. And then the house we'll put it together after. Like we'll worry about that when we get to it. But right now, the challenge is, can we know what feeling good means? Can we know what being in tune with how we feel means? Can we know to love the chaos and the messiness that our home is, whether that's your body or your actual house? And to me, that's really key. I always teach my clients when they join my academy, the very beginning of our program, transformational program, is, can you love your house as it is, right now. Imagine that we're not changing a single thing. We're not adding a candle. We're not adding a new sofa. We're not changing the wall color. Can you find ways to love it as it is? And sometimes that's the most challenging thing. It's like when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we find out that instead of us really loving what we see in the mirror, we're constantly criticizing ourselves. We're constantly criticizing our hair, our skin. We don't feel able to show up in the world unless we have a whole face of makeup, or do our hair, or we're not able to have guests over unless our house is in perfect condition and it's in perfect shape. And there's nothing wrong with any of that, right? I love all those things. I think it's beautiful to take the time to adorn yourself, adorn your body, adorn your home, create that beauty around us, because after all, we are in this physical body, we are in this physical world, and those things don't need to be shallow, right? Material things are not necessarily shallow. They are our reality, and they are, also like tools for our growth and our self-development and our values, right? And so to me, it's really important to teach my clients at the very beginning to connect with the beauty of their ugliness and the beauty of the ugliness within their home, and to be able to connect with the chaos and the mess first, because that's the space where they become, aware, and they become aware of, I just don't want to live like this one more day. And when that sort of breakdown comes in place, or breakthrough comes in place, that's where, the fire of action comes in place as well. So a lot of times I have women who struggle with clutter. They struggle with, they have to throw their laundry on the floor each night to go to bed, because that's all they have on their bed is a pile of clothes, right? And then they learn to, through their own acceptance of that, because maybe they, have been struggling with depression and they just didn't feel like doing their laundry, or maybe they are going through a divorce and it's really hard to even get out of bed. Whatever their circumstance is, they need to be able to own that and not be ashamed of that and not be feeling guilty from that. And then from that space, the decision making comes of, okay, I'm ready to organize my house. I'm ready to organize my room and create this space of sanctuary for myself, not just because I feel obligated to fit into the outside standards of what these, spaces need to be like, not because I'm obsessed with shopping, not because I'm super creative, but really just because I'm worthy of this space for myself. I'm worthy of having a space of retreat, a space of serenity, a space of beauty for me. And look how different that is, right? It's not this obsession with style or trends or anything like that. And so I want to invite you to join us. We start next week. I'm going to be launching the challenge here on this group next week live, and I'm also going to share with you not just a full practice. We're going to move our body a little bit. We're going to meditate a little bit in a very easy way, and then I'm going to give you a short practice to do for 40 days. And the reason we choose 40 days is because you get to really see results in the transformation. You get to measure how you started and how you feel about yourself and your own love for yourself. And then you get to compare that with, at the end of the challenge, 40 days after, how you have transformed your own inner dialogue, how you have transformed your communication with yourself, how you have transformed your relationship with your home. And then the other really cool part about this, it's not that there's giveaways, which I'm going to tell you again in just a little bit, but also that you get to know that other women are doing it with you. The last time we did this challenge, when was that? I think it's been a while, you guys. It's been a while. I think last year was the last time I did a challenge, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I did one in March. I can't remember, but The point is that last time we had over 100 women doing the challenge together, and it was so incredible. All the text messages I received. We did a prosperity challenge, and it was amazing to just receive all these messages and just people really in awe of what they were able to achieve, what they were able to manifest, not just in their homes, but in their lives. And so it's really important to find this separation, but also this union of loving your home as in your house and loving your home as in your body and your temple. Because from that space, from that inner space, then all these other sort of creative opportunities show up, right? Those things that you hated with passion and that would drive you crazy suddenly don't look so bad. And suddenly you're able to come up with creative ways to, call less attention on it. Maybe it's, maybe you're in a rental space and you really don't like the way the backsplash is, and you're really not in a position to change it because your landlord is not doing that and you're not going to spend the money on a rental. Whatever it is, it might be something that just through that inner awareness and the inner journey of loving where you're at and loving yourself as you are, you're able to maybe just walk into that kitchen and complain less about the backsplash, maybe not even at all, and maybe even learn to find some grace around it. Maybe even you come up with a quick temporary fix to replace it with maybe one of those decals like backsplash that are just like stick-ons, which surprisingly sometimes they really do work. Whatever it might be, maybe you just spend a little bit of money adding some grout to the backsplash, and that alone might change the entire look of what you had. My point with that is that when we get so stuck in complaining and really disliking our home, both our body and our house, we actually attract more of that same energy. So if we're being very negative with our space and we're constantly sabotaging, criticizing, judging, then that's what we get the most, right? That's what we get more of. And that's also the energy that our family feels and our pets feel and our guests when they walk in also feel. And so the point of this challenge is to connect with you loving yourself first and then being able to love your home from there. So you're also going to take some quick rituals and quick energetic sort of ways in which you can show love for your home. So kind of like what I call your own love ritual for your house. I'm also going to teach you that in the training, and the training is going to happen on Zoom as well. And so when we're on Zoom, we also get a chance to you get a chance to be a part of the Q&A at the end. So I highly suggest that you join the challenge. I'm going to put the link below in the comments and you can register. It is free. There's absolutely no cost. I'm going to teach you the meditation, the simple movements to tune into loving yourself, loving your home, and I'm going to teach you a ritual to bring love into your space. It's a ritual you can practice as often as you want. Kids love being a part of it. And it really is an opportunity for you to change the way you live your day-to-day and tune into a little bit more of an uplifted spirit, a little bit more of an uplifted mind, an uplifted mood, because you guys, the world is going crazy. Like, we need a little peace here. So it's imperative that we start at home. So that's part of what we're going to do next week. And so the other part of this is that there's giveaways. So what are these giveaways? And I'm super excited about it. Last time I did some giveaways and they were really successful, but this time I've created 3 awesome experiences for you, and they summarize pretty much what my entire Sacred Interiors approach is about. And so price number 1 is you get a full paid membership to my 8-week transformational program, Sacred Interiors Academy, where you learn how to design your own home from the inside out. In that program, you learn all about quieting your space, decluttering your space if you've been struggling with that. You learn all about creating intentions for your home, and you get a map of the energy centers within your home. This is based on Vastu, Shastra, and also on Feng Shui, if you're familiar with any of that. If you're not, I make it super practical. You don't have to know a single thing. You just get to see your house in a much uplifting light, in a much more meaningful and intentional way. In the program, we also go into intention setting. We go into creating your own sacred space for daily practice, which, because I always talk about sacred design in terms of it's a lifestyle and not just a quick makeover. But then the extra bonus of that is that I help you design your rooms. I help you design where you place your furniture, where you hang your mirrors. I help you select your color palette, your lighting. If there's any remodeling questions you have, you get to pick my brain. You get to work one-on-one with me and really get the full experience, not just of the spiritual yoga Kundalini teachings, but also the full scope of interior design services, what I do, what my client DNA process looks like, what the energy mapping, what the home rituals are all about. You get all that I have to share. That is my signature program. It is priced at over $5,000 right now. And so you get to be a part of that if you win first prize. Second prize wins an express design session with me. So we'll get on a Zoom call for about an hour or so, and you get to just pick my brain on whatever it is that you need for your room. Maybe you're unsure about what colors to use, what fabrics, what materials. Maybe you just want to, get a sense of what you should put where, what you should take out, that kind of a thing. And also, if you're curious about the energetics of your home, I can also help you with that. So you get access to me one-on-one on whatever it is that you want for your home. That's price number 2. And then price number 3 is a sacred interiors ritual box. So the ritual I'm going to teach you in the course or in the launch of the challenge, you actually get a box, a sacred box with all that you need to perform the rituals. And you also get a step-by-step guide made, designed, curated by myself. And I'll ship it to your house, and you'll get to participate in that with your family, with your friends. It's a great ritual to just, use anytime you feel like you need it. I love doing these rituals on a daily basis sometimes, but this particular ritual is something that you want to do when you have extra time. So maybe it's more of a weekend thing, maybe it's a monthly thing. It's kind of up to you. But those are the prices. And I'm going to tell you all about how to join these or how to have your entries and how to be in the contest to win these giveaways when you sign up. I'll give you the instructions. It's very simple. Essentially, you're just going to obviously enroll in the program or in the challenge, which is free, and you're going to just share with your friends and family. And the more participation you get by posting also a picture on your Facebook and tagging me, etc., 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 you will get more and more entries. And at the end of the 40 days, I will announce the winner. So that was a lot. That was a lot I just shared with you guys, but I'm so excited about it. And I'm so just excited to join in this community of women who are ready to love themselves a little more in a simple way, and who are ready to love their homes a little more as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to send you the link below so you can register for the challenge. Again, it's free. Invite your friends, invite your families, and I will see you here and on Zoom in 1 week, next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll go all in to the challenge and give ourselves the gift of loving ourselves, because the truth is, ladies, nobody's gonna do it for you. It's kind of a one-woman show over here. So I love you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. And I will see you next week. Sad Nam.